What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a haircut that's a skin tight fade and we're going to transition and blend into the beard. So if you're having trouble doing that, hopefully it helps you out. Alright guys, let's get started by taking the bulk out. I'm using a balder just so I can work through the nape and the sideburns. I'm taking the bulk out and this is where I'm going to begin the fade. Now that I've taken the bulk out, I'm going to move on to using just a zero and working maybe about a ½ inch from where I just left off. This is so I can really start the transition of the actual fade and the blend. I'm going to be moving my way up, continuing by only cutting about a ½ inch higher from the level where I just left off. So now I threw a number 1 attachment on the clipper and I'm working my way up towards the crown still, but I'm only cutting about a ½ inch from where I just left off in the last section. And I want to be consistent, I want to work around the crown before I move on. This right here is a number 2 attachment. It just helps to take a lot of the bulk out. His hair has already been previously cut a few weeks ago, so we don't really have to take too much bulk out, but this allows you to blend a lot of the lower numbers like the 1 or the 1.5 into the length up top. Now I really want to take the haircut down to the skin, so I'm actually using an electric razor. The hair's been staring at me the whole time I'm doing the haircut. So what I'm doing is taking it down to the skin and then I'm just going to transition it into the zero where we initially started. Right here I'm using a trimmer, which is the designer from Wall. I really like this because it really gets really tight and I can blend from the electric razor into the zero with just this trimmer. Now we can really see how short the haircut actually is. I'm using a ½ and I'm going to work my way up towards the crown. At this point I just want to get rid of any weight lines or shadows. The best fade comb is through Johnny B. It helps take the bulk out. Use your ½ attachment just so you can take it a little bit tighter and really polish off the fade. Now we're moving on to the crown. As you can see, I'm transitioning everything that we left off with the fade comb into the length up top. If you hold the sections vertically, you can always layer into the fade no matter how long the haircut is or how tight you're gonna get. Now let's blend this fade into the beard. Start with the 1 just so you can take some bulk out. Move to the ½ closer to the 0 where you left off with the fade. Then I'm going to move the clipper down halfway with the lever. Then I'm going to take it down to a 0. I go back and forth doing that with the 1, a ½ and then again with the 0. Now let's move on to shaping up the beard. Have your client apply a beard balm themselves or you could apply it, but Johnny B Hair Care's beard balm really sets the standard when it comes to beard grooming. You can see that I can hold the structure better. I'm using the fade comb right now just so I can really create more of a structure, but this is a point where you could really take the bulk out. Use your shears to really develop the style and help layer the hair where you want it to go. I'm going to use my trimmer and my clipper just to clean up the mustache, depending on how short you want to go. While we're at it, I'm just going to give him a full-on facial shave. I'm using shampoo paste just to give him a nice exfoliation, but it really helps to open up the pores and soften up the skin before the steam towel. I'll be using a shaving cream on the surface of the skin where I'm going to be doing the actual shave. I like to just really lather it on. Everyone has their own preference and style. I like to define the hairline first and then shave the cheeks. Then I move on to underneath the chin. Always go with the hair growth or with the grain and then shave against the growth. And then always use a steam towel just to really cleanse the face after you've done the shave. This last towel cools the skin down. It's a cold towel. I'm going to use an aftershave to tighten up the skin and close the pores just as well. But I also move on to an aftershave balm, which is designed to cool the skin, help prevent any ingrown hairs or irritation, but I use it as a moisturizer and massage it in the face. You guys already know we can't have our fellas leaving the shop without a style, so what I'm gonna do now is just blow dry his hair. I wanna do some stimulation and style him out. So I'm using Clash, which is a very challenging pomade to use, but once you get the hang of it, you're gonna love it. It has a natural shine and it has a really hard hold. Check him out. So much for tuning into this video. If you are going to be blending down into your client's beard, just take your time. It takes some patience. Everybody's different. But stick around on the channel, subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you for tuning in. Bye guys.